Welcome to Beyond the Bounce, presented by ZTE. I'm your host, Byron Bogar, and joining me today, Texas Legend Center, Micheal Eric. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thanks, Byron. Thanks for having me.
Mike, can you tell the viewers a little bit about where you're from?
I was born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria, West Africa.
Okay.
I lived there until I was 16, and I came to the United States in 2004.
Okay. So in Nigeria, your dad was a soccer coach.
Yes.
And he wouldn't let you play basketball.
Not necessarily. It was just more, like a family tradition. Everybody in the neighborhood loved soccer, and I fell in love with soccer just because of, my dad being a soccer coach, and I did everything around soccer.
Okay, so you had to have hit a growth spurt. Is that what led you into basketball from soccer? You just finally hit that growth spurt, and you had to you had to go somewhere else.
Yeah. I had a growth spurt when I was 13. I went from like regular 6 foot tall. 13-year-old being 6 foot is pretty decent, but I just went from 6 foot to 6'7". And I came to visit my brother in the U.S. because he just had a family, and when I got to the U.S., he was not letting me go back to Nigeria, and he told me, "You're too tall to be back home and running around and not doing anything except if you're just going to school. You can come here, go to school, and play basketball." Okay, so you just planned for a quick visit. Was it a holiday? And then your brother tells you, "Hey, you're staying with me." Can you tell me kind of how that transition was? I know you touched on it a little bit earlier. That transition from going from Nigeria, a whole different country in Africa, and then coming here to the States as a 16-year-old? Yeah, as a 16-year-old. Man, it was rough. It was rough my first year or so. But I had my brother here. He was a family, he was a father figure, and he was always on my butt, and he was always there when I needed to vent and stuff like that. But for the most part, I missed just my comfort zone was home. I missed home. But before you know it, I built a home right away. Like, I met people at my high school, Church Farm, and the first public school I went to, Cincinnati High School in Camden, Delaware. I met great people that like shaped me to where I am too as well right now. Dwayne Coverdale, my AAU coach, Mark Turner, my high school coach, Freeman, Coach Williams, and Coach Wilson. All those guys, man, they just shaped me to where I am right now. And because I built a family with them, and we still, connect till tomorrow. But it was a hard transition, but with those guys around me, they brought me in, showed me around, and taught me how the American society worked. Okay, so you're in high school, you're starting to get some letters at 6 foot to 6'7", can get some college recruiters' attention. You choose the Temple Owls. Can you kind of get us into the mind of Micheal Eric on making that decision on going to Temple? I had no idea what college basketball, how big college basketball was, until my senior year of high school in Church Farm, and my high school coach was showing me all those letters, all this paperwork that would have me eligibility to be a scholarship student athlete and everything, and I was just overwhelmed. But what I remember, my reason for choosing Temple was my visit to Temple. I got the chance to speak to Frank Dunphy separately from basketball. His point of view about life was just right on point with what my dad always preached. And he opened my eyes with giving back. He told me a lot of things about what he's doing as cancer research and all that stuff, and giving back to the community in Philadelphia, and all those things was like, wow, my dad does that at home. That's a good guy. I think he'll be able to have a connection with my dad. So after my visit, and I told my brother, he was like, "I need to be able to come to your games. I don't want you to go anywhere far. I don't know anything about college basketball as well." So I just chose Temple.
Now, at that time, you're still kind of fairly new to the States. Can you give us that transition of life for you from going on? Now you're in high school, you're getting comfortable in high school, and now you're in college. So now you're out there on your own. Your brother's still there to lend a helping hand from a distance, but now you're out there on your own at Temple.
Everything goes back to square one. All the stuff I accomplished in high school, all the dunks, points. When I got to college, it was back to square one. I had to learn the college system, the college lifestyle, how you wake up in the morning, go practice, then you have to go to studio, then you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to be on call every second when the schedule sent out to the team, and it was just a brand new lifestyle all over again. But once we got used to it and we saw the pattern, we just got used to it and adapted to it, just like I adapted to being here for the first time. I did miss home a lot most of the time, but it was hard. It was hard, but with time it became, I started seeing my teammates as my brothers, and I started leaning towards them too as well. And my family started building from there.
All right. So now you're putting a good standout career together at Temple. You're starting to get on the NBA radar now a little bit. After that standout career, you go undrafted in the 2012 NBA draft before signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So this is the word of the day transition for you. Now tell us a little bit of going into that. You're at pro basketball level now.
Man, that was like I said, it was like from high school to college, it was like starting from scratch. Then college to pro level, it was a whole different ball game. I had to learn new things. I had to adapt to new things, new lifestyle, money in my hand, and opportunities, pressure of being a professional athlete, pressure of just being able to bring it in every day consistently without, messing up. All those little things was just like I had to learn every day. So, but that was a high opener. I think for the most part, but I was lucky enough to have a guy like Frank Dunphy as my head coach at Temple to kind of like prep me for what I would see as a pro. Without his guidance, and I think I'm still following his motto and all the things he preached to us in practice. I still use that on a daily basis, how to take care of your body. You don't have to have someone to wake you up every second to do stuff. You got to be a professional all the way. You got to be the sportsman-like things has to come naturally. You don't have to be forced. You just got to be a good person because good things will happen to good people. So all those things he preached to me is just stuck with me from there, and it helped me out with the transition of being a pro.
All right. So before we take a quick commercial break, Temple had a pretty good season this year in the NCAAs. Who are you thinking to take this Final Four this? Who you got taking this championship?
This is tough. March Madness always never disappoints, But just watching it, man, I love the Oklahoma Sooners. Their tenacity, man. Those guys never give up. And I'm not a fan. I'm a Temple Owl fan, but I feel like Oklahoma City would surprise a lot of OU would surprise a lot of people.
We just made a lot of people in the office over there real happy. All right, guys, we got to take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned because we'll be back for Small Ball. Welcome back to Beyond the Bounce, presented by ZTE, and it is that time of the show for Small Ball. Mike, you'll have 24 seconds to make as many shots as you can. The record is 4. The lowest score is 1. All right, so good luck. We're gonna get the clock up here on the monitor in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's 1 for 1 off the glass. He didn't call it though, everybody.
I gotta take it out.
Okay, getting it out that's the trickiest part. Oh, air ball.
Air ball.
I think that should be a negative for air ball, but I'll give you the 2.
That's 2.
Halfway there with 10 seconds.
Come on, Mike.
3. Here we go. He's 1 away from the lead. Oh, that was clutch, Mike. He has tied the lead and 1. Oh! We gotta check the monitors. We have to check the monitors, and it is good. Micheal Eric. How did it feel to be atop the leaderboard?
Feels great. Shooting a high percentage at the free throw line, I'm not DeAndre Jordan.
You are not DeAndre Jordan. That's good. Good job. You're shooting them like a 90%er out there. Thank you for joining us today on Beyond the Bounce, presented by ZTE. Look forward to seeing you here next week.